What's up everybody, welcome to Money Management channel. My name is Andrei and today I'm gonna be doing an update on MMTLP and FINRA saga.
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed, born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up.
And for today's video I have plenty of news, and these news are really important for the community because we have new support from actual Congress members and former Congress members as well. We have very promising results from the Cherkasy case, and I have to say that it might be really impactful for all the wrongdoers on the market. And at the end of this video, I will show you another evidence of improvement of intrinsic value NextBridge hydrocarbons shares. So, and before we dive deep into all of this, guys, I kindly ask you to hit the like button for YouTube algorithm. It is the easiest and the only way how we can push our case forward to the broader audience. And the more people know about this problem, the more likely we will solve this issue in our favor. So just hit the like button. And let's start with the news itself. We have a new support letter from Florida Congress member, and here you can find it on MMTLP and it was published, this news was published by Meta News, and Meta News wrote, just in, Florida Congressman Neil Dunn shows his concerns regarding the MMTLP trading halt and is committed to working with colleagues to deliver a solution. And let me pay your attention on this letter alone. By the way, huge shout out to Bradley Tate, because this letter was the result of his efforts. And let me quote what did he write just 5 hours ago. Congressman Neil Dunn is concerned about the trade halt and demands a resolution. Note, House FSC is aware of the situation and is actively looking into it. I am committed to working with my colleagues to deliver solutions. Please like and retweet. We will win. And let me quote you this letter in details. Dear Mr. Tate, by the way, this letter was written just yesterday, and it, as you can see, it was signed by Neil Dunn, members of Congress. And Neil wrote, Dear Mr. Tate, thank you for contacting me regarding Metamaterials preferred shares and the delay in shareholders receiving shares of NBH. I appreciate having the benefit of your views as they help me better serve the people of the 2nd District of Florida. As you know, shares of NBH were to be distributed to MMTLP through American Stock Transfer Financial. AST notified Apex Clearing, who registered the shares to the Deposit Trust and Clearing Corporation and other brokerages. These entities are responsible for actually delivering the shares to MMTLP holders. Please know that the House Committee on Financial Services is aware of the situation and is actively looking into it. Additionally, I'm committed to working with these colleagues to deliver solutions to my constituents. So, and this letter is, again, it is quite generic, but it shows that a lot of people in Congress know about our problem. And let me show you another tweet that was written just 4 hours ago by Bradley Tate. He wrote, I'm perfectly confident that Congressman Neil Dunn will add his name to the second joint congressional letter. I believe that there are over 30 congressmen who will sign the letter. Let us hope and pray that this letter will result in the subpoena for blue sheets. And yes, on the one hand, I think we will see some kind of new letter that will be signed by the number of Congress members. And it will definitely be a huge breakthrough in our case. But in general, I have to say that we already have a lot of letters. You can find all of them on MMTLPresources.com, and the first button, you can click on it, and you will find all of the letters that were written by Congress members and senators. And I have to say that for now we don't have any results. Even though these letters set up a clear deadline that basically was set in the middle of October, at the end of October, and basically we have a lot of them, but none of them leads us to the result. And this is the most concerning part. On top of that, let me show you what did Copy and Paste wrote in this tweet in response to this news. He wrote 3 hours ago, "I received the same letter from a different congressman months back. It's just lip service." So, yes, it is the flip side of the coin. Potentially, some of these letters might not be so impactful, but in general, we can clearly say that more and more members of Congress are aware of our situation, and definitely it is very beneficial for us in general. So, and let's continue with another news. Meta News wrote this just yesterday, and it says, "Naked shorting. Former California Senator John Harmer resigned the alarm on naked shorting." The former senator states naked shorting is bankrupting small businesses, and the SEC has evidence of this and did not take action against these illegal practices. And yes, we know that there is a lot of illegal activity on the market, and SEC has to react on them, but they do nothing in order to protect retail investors. And this is the most concerning part, but we have a huge breakthrough in this issue. Let me show you this tweet that was reposted by Anna, and that was written by Erin Arvedlund. And she wrote, "Supreme Court questions constitutionality of SEC's in-house enforcement." And here you can find the article, and let me quote just several paragraphs of this article that is titled, "Supreme Court questions constitutionality of SEC's in-house enforcement." The conservative majority of the US Supreme Court on November 29 repeatedly questioned whether the Securities and Exchange Commission's use of in-house judges to adjudicate enforcement proceedings violates Americans' right to a jury trial. It is the 7th Amendment. In more than 2 hours of oral argument in Jarkessi versus SEC, a case challenging the constitutionality of the SEC's administrative law judges, or ALJs, which handles administrative enforcement cases in-house, several Supreme Court justices appeared skeptical of the SEC's defense. Let me quote you just these 2 paragraphs more. "What sense does it make to say the full constitutional protections apply when a private party is suing you, but we are going to discard those core constitutional protections when the government comes at you for some money?" Justice Brett Kavanaugh said. He added, "Your individual liberty, it would seem, is even more, or at least equally affected when the government is coming after you than another private party." And yes, it is a very interesting case because in general, it is not directly related to MMTLP story, but the results of this case might be very impactful on our case, because Richard Hoffman pays his attention to this case, because this case and the results of this case might drastically help him to sue authorities, because this case, Jarkessi case, challenges at least a part of its immunity. And let me quote you the last paragraph. The court's term ends June 30, and the decision is expected that month. So we have about half a year till the resolution of this case, but in general, in my opinion, we will have a huge breakthrough in our case much sooner. So if you want to know more about this case, I highly suggest you to subscribe to Richard Hoffman's YouTube channel, Not Legal Advice, where he explains in details, in simple words, this case and other cases that might be helpful for us. And I highly suggest you to follow his Twitter account, Rahurao999. And this will give you more chances to dig deeper inside our case. So let me show you another news that is really important for us as a community. C-Plant wrote this tweet 8 hours ago. And C-Plant, by the way, the person who is actively tracking the activity on the Orogrande Basin, and he is tracking the next breach hydrocarbons activity in general. So he wrote this: lots of activity at well sites, all 3 sites coming along nicely. And he added this picture. It is some kind of satellite picture, and you can see three well sites, and they are in the development mode. On top of that, he wrote this: as many of you know, I've been in this play for a long time. This is the most activity I've seen on this list at any one time since 2014, just saying. And yes, it is a huge news for all NextBridge hydrocarbons shareholders, because this news improves the intrinsic value of these shares. And definitely, it leads to a much more stronger position in potential negotiations for this settlement with the wrongdoers, or it leads to much bigger buying activity if we have 2 additional days of trading. So, I think that's all information that I want to provide you. If you like my video, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel with notification bell. And see you guys and girls next time. Bye!
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed, born a rock star